She looks perfect. She's everything you wanted in a partner, but some things about her make you second. Guess yourself. You're picking up on some of the relationship red flags in women, and it's setting off your internal alarm system. When you know how to spot the significant red flags, you save yourself a lot of drama and toxicity in the relationship. It prevents you from making a huge mistake and dating the wrong person. Knowing how to spot red flags can save you a lot of trouble in your relationship. We often end up in toxic and fair manipulative relationships because we fail to spot the bad signs early on. We're so blinded by somebody's good qualities that we completely ignore the red flashing lights, even if they're obvious. These red flags don't just go for men, but also for women. When you know to spot relationship red flags in women, it prevents you from being in the wrong relationship. Before we dive into the lesson, make sure you have liked the video and subscribed to the channel, as this video is of utmost importance, and make sure you don't skip the video, as the last 2 points are the most important. Let's get down to the business, shall we? Number 1, she has unresolved trauma. Family issues, bad past relationship experiences, and problems in her personal life. If she's carrying a lot of emotional baggage with her, that could be a red flag. Any unresolved trauma could cause problems in your relationship, such as issues with trust, jealousy, vulnerability, or respecting boundaries. Especially if she's doing nothing to overcome or resolve her past trauma, she might not be ready for a serious relationship just yet. Number 2, she says all her exes were jerks. This is equivalent to men saying all their exes were crazy. How could all of someone's exes be either crazy or jerks? This is one of the things women say that is a major red flag. Maybe they were all jerks, so it should make you think why she goes for those types of men. This could also mean she doesn't always take responsibility for her actions and shifts blame onto others. It could also mean that her exes weren't the jerks, but she was. We never really admit our faults in a breakup, right? It's much easier to blame the other person, even when it takes 2 for a breakup to occur. Number 3, she cheated on her last partner for you. Cheating will always be a red flag no matter what. But if she cheated on her last partner to be with you, it's one of the biggest red flags in women you can't ignore. The fact that she cheated on her partner to be with you means she can do it again. If you think you're lucky because she chose you, think again. Cheating is one of the biggest red flags a partner can have. Number 4, she always guilt trips you. Guilt is the emotion manipulators and narcissists use most often because they know it works every time. If she loves using that sad face to get what she wants every time, it's a form of controlling behavior. Plus, it's a glaring sign of narcissism. A relationship should never be about emotional abuse, manipulation, gaslighting, and guilt tripping. These toxic behaviors can easily cause the relationship to become abusive. Number 5, there's an apparent double standard. She doesn't want to be treated a certain way, but it's okay when she treats you that way. These double standards are never healthy and should never be observed in relationships. This is one of the red flags in women that should make you walk away from the relationship and call it quits immediately. Number 6, you have completely different lifestyles. It's not an unhealthy red flag, but it matters just as much once you start dating someone. So if you're seeing this girl and you happen to have contrasting lifestyles, you'll rarely go the distance. One of you will end up sacrificing and adjusting for the other. But if you are both set in your lifestyles and aren't interested in changing, then this isn't going to work. If she doesn't want to live a similar life to you, then there will be a constant struggle. Number 7, you don't share the same values. Now, this doesn't make her a terrible person, but it definitely will lead to a dead end in your romance eventually. If you want to have a healthy and happy relationship, you should aim to find someone who shares similar values. They say that opposites attract, but this isn't entirely true. When your values and beliefs reflect the essence of who you are, it's crucial to find someone who at least shares some of those beliefs. If you value family and want to have children one day, then look for a woman who wants those things. If she's told you she doesn't want kids, then you two aren't on the same page. You can't change her mind, and it's not your responsibility to do so. This is something that you might want to consider whenever you're looking for a partner. Number 8. It's her way or the highway. When going into a new relationship with someone, you want to be with someone who can compromise for the good of the relationship. This also means you should be willing to compromise as well. This is one of the red flags for women that's such a deal breaker in relationships, especially since compromise is everything. If she refuses to work on meeting you halfway or comes up with a lame excuse to always get things her way, she might be incapable of compromise, and that's something that should send you running for the hills. Number 9. Your friends and family don't like her. We love thinking that love can conquer all, that it's that powerful. However, if your friends and family all don't like her, then there's something wrong with her to begin with. It's easy to be blinded by love, after all. But if all your friends and family don't get along with her, then it's worth looking into. There's something they clearly see that you don't. That's why it's one of the biggest red flags in women you should never ignore. If they don't like her, listen to your loved ones. Number 10. She stonewalls you. Your first argument is going to be difficult for both of you. But if your girlfriend doesn't know how to handle conflict and instead just stonewalls you, that doesn't exactly indicate the start of a healthy and communicative relationship. Stonewalling is when your partner completely shuts you out, gives you the silent treatment, and doesn't respond to you at all. That can be incredibly hard to work around for obvious reasons, and it really isn't a healthy way to deal with conflict in a relationship. Number 11. Your affections or actions aren't reciprocated. They say that there are givers and takers in a relationship. However, there is a line that can be crossed where the taker is taking just too much and not giving any back. If you're dating someone who takes taking to the extreme, and you feel like you're in a one-sided relationship, you don't have to put up with that. Number 12. She makes you feel bad about yourself. When you're dating someone, they should make you feel like you're on top of the world. Instead, she criticizes you and brings down your self-esteem, making you feel unattractive. She brings out your insecurities and makes you feel worse than you already do. Don't let her. This is one of the red flags in women that you should never ignore. A partner's role is to support you and make you feel validated, not to put you down and make you feel less of a person. She doesn't want to make you smile. She wants to feel superior. Number 13. She gaslights you. Building on the narcissist point, one certain red flag in women is gaslighting. In short, gaslighting is when someone tries to make you doubt yourself, your memory, and your own actions. They'll lie, spin the truth so that you look like the guilty one, and make you rethink yourself at every step. It's a horrible tactic that's used to make you feel like you're crazy and that you need to depend on them since you're clearly so unreliable. If you think you can now spot the red flags in women, major kudos to you. You'll do yourself a favor by spotting red flags early on in the relationship. This prevents a lot of heartbreak and devastation on your end, all because you dated the wrong woman and wasted your time. When dating, make sure you look out for these red flags in women. Disregarding these red flags because you chose to focus on the good in someone will cost you later on.